Hey everyone, it's Bob again. This video we're going to do some of the things I've had to do to get moved into the new truck. The biggest deterrent to getting a different truck is having to move all your stuff from one. I mean, you've been in one truck for a certain amount of time, and if you're in there at all, you've probably kind of grown some roots, and sometimes it's a little hard to dig out of those roots and take everything out and move it into a new one. The last time I did it was 3 years ago, and I'd been in that truck for 5 years, and it was interesting, the stuff that you find that you kept that you didn't even know you had in the truck anymore. I tried to see if I could fix the low battery warning system that's in this truck, but what it is when your battery level gets down too low, it shuts off everything, so you don't run your battery totally out and you still have enough to start it. Well, apparently that's set wrong. So as soon as I turn the key off, I got about 2 minutes before all the outlets shut off. The problem with that is I use my CPAP and I use it through an inverter, and it shuts off those outlets, so I can't use my CPAP. I talked to the mechanic and said to check connections. The connections were fine. It's still doing it. So we've got to get that taken care of. When I go on the river run in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be gone for a week, so we're going to try to send it up to Kenworth and see if they can't get that fixed while I'm gone. Another thing I had to do was change the gauges around so that they made sense. There's a lot of them that just were in places that you couldn't see them very good, or they were all over. So it's really easy to change those out, so I'll show you how I did that. Started by taking off this cover plate. It just snaps out. You just got to be careful not to pull too hard on any part of it or it will break. And then I take the screws out. There's 6 of them. 3 down here and 3 up there. And then you can pull the dash panel out, and it's just are not in a really great order. I don't like the way they're set up, so we're going to change a few of them around. And all you do is you just take off this back cover part here, and then you can just slide the gauge out, and then they unplug. There's 2 plugs. I've already got one unplugged, but you just unplug those and put them into whatever hole you want. You know, trade out the plugs. The computer will sense what these are. It's sending the signal for each of these through the wiring harness, so it doesn't matter where they are. Just as long as all the wires are plugged together, it will work just fine. I'm going to change a few of them around, and then we'll put it all back together, and I did it on the last one. It was no big deal. I need to build a bracket for the ELD and for my phones, and this bracket was in here and it just was held on by that one screw. And I'm going to build a different bracket that's going to have room for 2 phones here and the ELD here, and these gauges here I don't need to see. I got that mount from Love's because it's kind of a cool mount. It has the legs that grab, and then I just took some sheet metal and I built, so I've got this panel, I bent it this, for the phone mounts. It goes down in there. There's one screw that keeps it all pretty good in place right there underneath this molding piece there, and I just had it bend out and come over here. And then this mount I just bolted onto the back of that plate over one of the gauges that I can't see anymore, but that's okay. And then it's a big enough mount that I can put my ELD, whoops, now you plug it in there and then you just kind of close it up and snug it down. There we go. And see, now that holds it. I did cut them out a little bit so they grab on and it's not going to fall off like my other one used to. And then I can just put my phones up there, and those quick grabbers they hold it really good. And I've got to put some more tie down clamps back there for my tarps. And well, we finally got everything all set up. See, I got my camera mount up there, I got my ELD mounted and my phones, and I got the wiring all in a harness. I do need to get one more loop retainer, which is going to go back there to hold that out of the way. And then all the plugs are right here that I can just plug them in, and then it's all easily accessible. I changed all the gauges out. Sorry, try to get the glare out, but I changed all the gauges out, so now everything's kind of in an organized way so that it makes sense how they are placed now. So pretty much everything else is all ready to go. Got my curtain up so that I don't have to open up these big bulky ones from the factory. They're kind of a pain to deal with, but my little curtain, I can just pull it across. So we're all set to go. Anyway, that's what we did to the truck to get it ready to go. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you out on the next one.